it's lovely to be able to say that, you know, I've got jewellery by Beck and dressed by So Stella, so I get very local here.
Gorgeous.
So I'll have a bit of a rave about Blayney first, and what it means to me to be writing here, and how productive I've been since I've been living in the area. Not only have I met all of you here, and it has been so exciting to find such a diversity of people, writers and artists of all kinds. I've been writing like a demon ever since I arrived. I've written 3 manuscripts since I've been here, and I've been here for 2 years. So
Yeah.
I know it's a bit bad. So, of course, you all know Wild Chicory, which was published earlier this year, which came roaring out of me. It's a tiny novella and a big slice of my heart, inspired in part by the wild chicory that blooms along the lanes in Blayney Shire. Come in. Sorry. I love the idea that this little piece of Blayney Shire is whizzing around the world right now, being enjoyed by readers in the UK, the US, Canada, Ireland, even a random guy in India. It's just really cool. It gave me a rating to read. It's been a beautiful coup, all that sort of stuff for this small town girl. With my new novel, though, Jewel Seed, this one here, what was I going to say about that? I've done something radical this time. I've left the state. This is the first novel that I've written that hasn't taken place primarily in New South Wales. It's taken place off the coast, mostly on a ship, off the coast of Western Australia, and it's based on the real-life tragedy of a ship that was lost, mysteriously lost, in a cyclone off the coast of Port Hedland in 1912. The ship's never been found. It was an amazing ship, a luxurious coastal liner that was purpose-built for the pearl barons and cattle kings who summered in Perth and travelled back to their salubrious abodes in Broome and Derby and what have you in the early 20th century. I stumbled across this story quite by accident one day, just trawling around Goodreads, and came across a history book written on it, and it just piqued my imagination, and I dived straight into research about this story, thinking, why have I never heard of this ship that was lost, with all on board, lost 1 month before the Titanic sank. And as I researched, yeah, exactly, it got completely eclipsed by the Titanic, which I must admit was 10 times the size of the Cubana. But still, you know, all aboard were lost. And so I dived into research straight away on it, and I soon discovered that reportedly there was a cursed pearl aboard this ship when she sank. And I thought, well, that's it. I have to write this story. I have to have a crack at this. But weirdly, I suppose this is the second radical thing about this story, I started writing in the voice of this cursed pearl.
Ooh.
Which sounds completely wacky. And I said to my husband, Dean, and my sons, Tom and Cal, I think I've just started writing in the voice of a pearl. Is that mad? And they said, yes, and you have to do it. And I did, and it's not quite as wacky as it sounds. The pearl isn't the magic of the pearl isn't quite as mad as it seems, and it's a theme that ties in perfectly with the other driving force in the manuscript, which is looking at the vast wealth and the vast greed and the conflict with the Aboriginal peoples who were living in northwest Australia at the time as well. And the pearl symbolises how that destruction took place. So while I say it's a frivolous piece of magic, it's not really. It actually takes you into some interesting places, or so I hope. The third manuscript that I've written since I've been here, I'm happy to say, was just yesterday finally accepted by my publisher. and you're the first people to hear it. It's now Brindabella Snow. And it was a story that I started writing about 3 years ago, and it was kind of about spies and two spies on opposite sides of the political divide that fall in love in Canberra, because I like to set my stories in places that are really, really, kind of exotic. Canberra, Lithgow, shop and stuff like that. So I put it away, but then when Dean and I went on a holiday just recently, having realised that we hadn't been on a holiday for about 3 years, we were driving down to Thredbo and driving through Canberra, bang, the story came back to me and it came out like a train too. So I'm happy to say as soon as I got back into Blayney magic happened and I started writing again, and so that manuscript will come out next year. Needless to say, I love living here and I'm here to stay.
Good, yeah.
But I won't bang on any longer. There's one last little thing that I have to do, my little political thing. Come here, John.
Sorry, Becca. Sorry.
Today, I don't know if everyone here is aware that the Productivity Commission is handing down their report to the government today on parallel importation and copyright changes and things like that, which a lot of... What are you doing?
Filming. What do you think?
A lot of those proposed changes will be very, detrimental to a lot of, ordinary writers like me who struggle to make any kind of a living out of this game.
Yeah, man.
And do it for a lot of love. So what we're doing today, coincidentally, is taking a whole bunch of photos with our little, radical political slogans here, saying Books Create Australia and Save Oz Stories. So if everybody would, or anybody would like to take a photograph and hashtag Books Create Australia or Save Oz Stories, can you take photos, Dean? Make yourself useful.
Good work, Cal. Cal's on it.
Yeah.
Rich is on it.
Yeah, go for it.
And if you post it on Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media that you're on, just with those hashtags.
Straight,
Sorry. This way?
Because you love Australian stories.
Yes, absolutely.
Well done.
Well done.
So, I have books here, and I have copies of